session 2. In this study session, we are going to look at conflict theories. It is important that we look at theories concerning conflict studies. Many scholars have been able to propound or postulate a lot of theories to justify the reason or the causes of conflict in our environment, in our society. Most scholars have done that. So one of the prominent ones is the frustration and aggression theory. I think we have also the Rajendra theory, a lot of them. So we're going to take it one by one. The first one we have there is the Karl Marx theory. This theory was propounded by our great social philosophy, Karl Marx. He advanced that the degree of inequality in distribution of resources generates inherent conflict of interest. He explains that contradiction in the capitalism of economic production and how these will lead to conflict process will usher in communism via a revolution that will be carried out by the proletariat. This conflict is, Karl Marx is trying to advance here that because of inequality in our society, because of inequality in distribution of resources in our country, definitely it is going to generate conflict. And this conflict comes from those in the lowest cadre of life, the ones who call the proletariats. And because they want to bring a system that brings equality, it leads them to what we call revolution. That revolution in turn is what we will call categorize as what? Conflict. It is simply saying that as far as there is inequality in the system, as far as a certain class of people are enjoying more than a certain people, the lower, those who feel victimized, those who feel they are victims of this system, this kind of system is evident in the capitalist system of government. Those who feel they are the ones that are disadvantaged are definitely going to react. And in course of reacting, it leads to revolution, which in turn is a conflict. We're going to another one is the Max Weber theory. This theory is looking at the structure of the society and saying that due to the structure of the society where a certain people are at the helm of their affairs, definitely somebody is going to pull out as a charismatic leader. And when that person pulls out as a charismatic leader to challenge the system, there are a certain number of people that will follow suit. And when those people follow suit, they are going to contest the status quo of events. What are they contesting? The fact that there are classes. They are going to contest that there should be what? Equality within the system. And because a lot of people who are in the local will follow that charismatic leader and share his view, it will lead in the long run, what it's going to do is when their needs are not really taken care of, it will lead to what? It will lead to conflict. This conflict is usually called conflict between the superordinate and the subordinate. This one is conflict theory of the Henry-Randolph. The Henry-Randolph in 1958 introduced the theory of conflict that view productive and constructive theory. He sees conflict as a necessity in achieving any end or in realizing any social goal in the society. He believes that for a change to happen, there must be a contention. And what is contention? Contention in the long run is what we call conflict. For a change, for a system to be changed, for a system to be amended or restructured, there must be what? There must be a conflict. And a practical example is at the time in Nigeria, people started calling for what? Political restructuring. And if we all know, definitely at the point it started causing conflict in the system. Because there is a call to restructure the system. So this theory is simply saying that because conflict must come, it is important that it comes so that it will bring about a social change. It will bring about a reconstruction of a certain structure in the system. One thing he proposed is that in every system, there are two types of conflict that comes. The first one is the one we call the endogenous conflict. This one is a conflict generated within the system. The second one is what we call exogenous conflict. This one is the conflict that comes from the outside to restructure the system. The next theory is what we call pluralist perspective of theory. This theory was propounded by the advocates of the pluralist school of thought, such as Hughes, Clerc, Descartes. They hold a different view about theory. They hold a different view about conflict. The school views conflict as having a constructive contribution towards what is defined as healthy in this industrial order. They see conflict as something that must come to bring about a positive change. That's why they are somehow against sovereignty. Sovereignty is talking about one supreme power. But this theory is simply saying that there is no way you will say that there is one supreme power. It is simply saying that in every system there are different people with different values and different norms. And because there are different people with different values and different norms, there is going to be class of interest. And because there is going to be class of interest, definitely there will be what? Conflict. Hello? It is simply saying that no matter how unified we want our system to be, our system is plural in the sense that it has a lot of people with different background, different mode of understanding, different attitudes. And because people have different modes of understanding, different approach to situations, there is going to be what? Conflict. The next one is the structural functional theory. This one was advanced or championed by our man, Paul Parson in 1960. He projected that individuals were adjust to a given structure and organization or society. Any change in the structure of the organization causes conflict and it destabilizes the organization. Conflict there should be minimized in order to maintain stability with both the individuals as well as the institution. The theory is a reflex system approach. The theory is simply saying that the system is as a whole has different units that has the function it performs. Now, because the system has its roles and parts and has different functions, there tends to be change. Now, the essence of that change is to probably restructure the system, remodel or update the system. And whenever there is need to remodel or update the system, definitely there is going to be conflict. The next theory is the theory of structural balance by Held in 1958. The theory is simply saying that every time tends to like who his friend like, but dislike who his enemy. It's a simple analogy. The hypothesis there is that because you are my friend and you have a certain enemy, I will definitely make that person my enemy. Hello? I don't know if you get it. Because you're my friend, we are friends, and you have a certain enemy, definitely that person that is your enemy will definitely be what? My enemy. And vice versa, because you are my enemy and you like this person, definitely I don't like you and I won't like who you like. That is what this theory. It is not rational in the sense that it is a theory that is guided by our personal perception. Hello. It is not based on goals or based on achieving of a certain goals in a rational manner. It is a theory that just sees something from a sentimental angle. Hello. I will substitute these real theories of thought with the frustration aggression theory. The frustration aggression theory is one theory that has been used by a lot of scholars to look at the causes of the conflict. The frustration aggression theory was developed by Ned Miller and Dollar in 1943. The theory is simply saying that because there is a frustration, what follows is aggression. And because of aggression comes, when someone starts acting aggressively, definitely there is going to be what? Conflict. And a vivid example is the IPOB, who have been clamoring to be separate, to succeed on their own, because they've been making a request, and that request has not been responded to. they tend to be what? Become aggressive. And the outcome of being aggressive is what? Is conflict. In this theory, in this section, we're able to look at theories. We're able to look at the pluralist perspective. We're able to look at the frustration aggression theory. We're able to look at the structural, constructive structural theory, and a lot of them, which would be able to define or to state the causes of conflict in our society.